Hi YouTube, it's Lena and I'm here today with my Empties. Yay! So as always, I'm going to start with makeup first, and then I'm going to go into full size, travel size, and then like foils for anybody that wants to go ahead and take out. So makeup first. Let's see, first we have the Lancome Grandiose Extreme Mascara. This has a really oddly shaped wand, not even wand, but like the holder to the wand. But if you actually, you know, go in your lashes, it's actually really useful. I made fun of this the first time I showed this on camera, and then I actually was like using it. I'm like, oh my God, that's actually genius. Unfortunately, this dried out in like 2.5 months, and this is a $32 mascara. It was really nice. It did give me some good oomph on my lashes, but you know, we can't dry out in 2.5 months when we cost $32. I did not pay $32. I bought that from a friend in an auction, but you know. Here we have the Yves Saint Laurent Touche Éclat Concealer, and I believe mine's in the shade number 2. Yeah, probably. But I really like this. Like, I really, really like this. Unfortunately, it is like $38. 32, 38, something like that. I usually if some kit pops up, like some Sephora kit pops up that has it in there, I snatch it up. But I don't know if I would ever actually buy this on its own because it's really expensive for a concealer. It does last several months, so maybe, I don't know. I do really like it for under the eyes though. I want to try, there's a number 7 concealer that is supposed to be a good dupe of this, and I really want to try that. That'll be a little bit easier to buy. Next is the NYX Angel Veil Primer. I did cut it open. Kind of wish it had, because I don't like it. It's supposed to be a dupe for the Hourglass Mineral Veil Primer, and I would say they perform similarly, but this is much heavier than the Hourglass one is. At least it is for me. I'm sorry if you hear scratching. My dog is trying to dig through the couch. Mo, if you were curious. Mo! Stop that. He's been sleeping for the past 2 hours, but now that I'm trying to film, he wants to dig into the couch. Sorry. But I find this to be really heavy, so I would honestly rather buy the Hourglass than buy this, because this got really annoying and tedious to use by the end. And even though it's NYX, it's like $16, so let's see. Here we have the Catrice Prime and Fine Multi-Talent Fixie Spray. This was alright, but I finished this in like 6 weeks. It's only 1.69 flowing ounces, so it's not very big, but I can't be buying a new set and spray every 6 weeks. I just can't. So if you don't mind, it's a good one, but yeah. Here we have the Urban Decay Complexion Primer, Optical Illusion Complexion Primer. I actually really like this for filling in my pores. It is expensive, but I would consider purchasing it if I didn't have any other primers, like pore filling primer, because I use a pore filling primer like down the center of my face, and like right here, because that's where I have a bunch of pores showing, and then I use like either, depending on the time of the year, I either use a more mattifying primer all over, or I might use a slightly hydrating one in like the dead of winter. But yeah, I really like this. It is expensive, and I do like the NYX pore filler as well, so I don't know if I would necessarily purchase this, but if I wanted to treat myself to a high-end primer, this is one I would consider. Okay, here is the Laura Mercier Caviar Stick in Au Naturel. I probably can't get a swatch of this. No, there's still a little bit left. But it's just like a kind of, I don't want to say nude, because it is like that color of a matte shade. But this is actually really good for like a base for eyeshadows. I use a primer and a base. That's what works best for me, because I have really oily eyelids. So I did really enjoy these. This is another thing that's really expensive, but if I didn't have a lot of bases in my collection, I would actually consider purchasing one of these. I'm using the rose gold one right now, and it's gorgeous. Here is the Fenty Beauty foundation. I actually filmed a review on this. I just haven't edited it and put it up yet. It'll probably be up next week. But short story is, I don't think this is necessarily worth all the hype. It's awesome that there are 40 shades, and most people can find, a lot more people can find their shade in it than in other foundations. But it's not the necessarily amazing thing that it's made out to be. It's not bad though. Here is the Brow Gal the Instant like brow hair gel. This is actually really good, but I went through this in like a month, like using it straight. And I had used it a bit before that, so probably about 6 weeks of product in here. There's just no product in here, man. So I would probably not purchase this because it's like 20 something. I know I got a bunch of like perfume samples in here too, because that's just where I keep them so they don't like break. Final makeup product. This is the Dior, where are you? Dior Show Maximizer 3D Lash Primer. This made my lashes crunchy, and it made mascara really hard to get off, so no. Couple of perfume things. I finished a full-size perfume, actually. This is the Turquotic from MAC. I actually really like this. It is a very strong scent. I would have to insert actual perfume notes right here because I couldn't quite tell you what this smells like though. So that's why I'm gonna have to insert perfume notes right here. I do like it though, but it's one that I can wear like two at my like neck pulse points, and then one I'll squirt on my wrist, and I'm done. Like this is not something you douse yourself. We have a Daisy by Marc Jacob. That was all right, but I would never purchase that. We have a Turquoise Summer from Escada. They don't make this anymore. It was limited edition. And we have a Julieta from Toka, and I actually really, really like this. I have a hand cream of that floating around somewhere. And a couple of makeup samples. This is the IT Cosmetics concealer. I can't remember the exact name of it. Gonna have to insert that, but it is like their acne fighting concealer. This is too dark for me in the shade Light. IT Cosmetics, you suck. Here we have the Bare Minerals Complexion Rescue in 05 Natural. This is not my shade, but because A, this is a tinted moisturizer, and B, I do have a foundation mixer, I went ahead and used this. I really like this as a tinted moisturizer. So I would actually consider purchasing this in the future if I didn't have like a dozen or so foundations to go through right now. Here we have the Kevyn Aucoin, the Celestial Skin Liquid Lighting Illuminator in Candlelight. This was a bit dark for me as a highlighter. I mixed it in with some foundation and it was fine, but this color in particular would not be suitable for me. And here's something you can't get anymore because they discontinued the line. This is the Estée Edit Pore Vanishing Stick. I finished a full size of this year. I really love it. I wish they still made it. Here we have the Shea Moisture Curl Enhancing Smoothie. I actually did really enjoy this, so I would consider purchasing it in the future. I do have kind of like wavy, crazy looking hair most of the time. You guys have seen it natural in a couple of videos here and there. Usually I brush it out, but yeah, I can use curly haired products and they work really well on my hair. Almay Makeup Remover Wipes. I really like these. These had dried out a little bit from just sitting in my stash, but I just turned them upside down so that the liquid would drain to the bottom, and that worked fine. So yeah, these are good. I love them. I buy a ton of them. Here we have the Wander Beauty, what are these called exactly? Baggage Claim Gold Eye Mask. I used these 3 days in a row. These are the only eye masks I've ever used that no matter how much I leaned forward, did not move off of my eyes. And for that alone, if you like eye masks, go check these out. They are worth it. They did depuff my eyes a bit, so yeah, these are really good. And like I said, they actually stay in place, which makes them amazing on their own right there. Here is the Husk Charcoal Purifying Dry Shampoo. This is a really good formula. I did not like the scent of this. I don't like the scent of charcoal stuff, so I want to try more of the Husk dry shampoos, but just this one, I didn't like the smell. It does have a citrus element to it as well, but it didn't cover it up enough for me. Belif the True Cream Aqua Bomb. You guys have been with me for a while, then you know I love this stuff. I like a gel-based moisturizer rather than a cream because really oily skin. So yeah, love this. I have one more mini that I'm using this month and then I will be out. But I have so many mini moisturizers in my collection that I need to use them. But once I get through a bunch of my stuff, I want to buy that. Here we have the Community Cosmetics Moisturizing Body Wash in 01D. I mentioned in my Project Use It Up video last month that I could invite people to join this community. This is a body product company that invited me to join and try out their products before they go on the market. I cannot figure out how to invite people to join it. So I'm gonna do this in my Project Use It Up video as well, but I'm just gonna leave the link to their community in the description and we'll see how it can go from there. Because like I can't figure out how to invite people to join even though I know I can. Anyways, this is actually a really good body wash. I know they're going to be selling this relatively soon because it has a really good citrusy, almost creamsicle-y smell. And they've sent me like 4 of their body washes. This is the one that I've liked the most because it has like the best lather out of all of them, although none of them have a great lather. They're supposed to be very like natural based products. So yeah, I did really enjoy this. This is the one of them that I would purchase. I wish that their bottles weren't so hard because I have to actually take the top off and pour the body wash rather than, you know, being able to just pop the top and squeeze it out because the bottle is too hard. But I've mentioned that in every review I've given for them of every product they sent me. It's like, y'all's bottles are too hard. I cannot squeeze them. Here we have Garnier Skin Active Micellar Cleansing Water. This was all right. But I think that like the next one that I went through last month is just as good, if not better. So I would probably purchase that over this, but it was still fine. Here we have the Formula 1006 Seaside Glow Skin Hydrating Peel Mask. I don't know how a peel mask makes me look more moisturized and glowy, but it did. So this is a really good mask. You should check it out. Here's the Belif Creamy Cleansing Foam Moist Cleanser. Way too moisturizing for my skin. Drove me crazy trying to go through this. Like, I spent multiple months trying to go through this. I should have used it up as a body wash, honestly. If you need a really creamy cleanser for your face, definitely check this out. But if you're oily skin like me, you're probably gonna hate it. Here we have some Clean and Clear oil absorbing sheets. I love these things and I have already repurchased. Here we have the Gold Bond Ultimate Radiance Renewal Hydrating Cream. I loved this. I use this mostly on my hands and feet, but I know you can get like big bottles of this to use all over your body. This is really moisturizing and I definitely recommend. Here we have the Soft Soap Earth Blends Moisturizing Body Wash. This is also really good. I was not overly fond of this particular scent, the coconut and fig, but I know in this line they make other scents as well, so I would be willing to try one of the other ones. Here we have the Skin & Co. Truffle Therapy Eye Concentrate. This was a little on the thin side for me as far as an eye cream is concerned. I like really thick ones. But this was good for like a thinner eye cream, so if you're into that, you can check this out. Here is the Seraphine Botanics Sugar and Lemon Moisturizing Lip Buffer. This did not have enough scrub in it for me. I mentioned this in my Project Pan update, my rolling Project Pan update. I actually wound up using this primarily as a hand scrub, and for that it worked great, but I would not spend $24 on this little tube for a hand scrub. Now, if they made like a big tube of it for less, I would possibly purchase it. Here we have the Bare Mineral Skin Longevity Vital Power Infusion Serum. This did absolutely nothing. As a matter of fact, it did so negative nothing that even though I had another bottle of this, I decluttered it because I didn't want to waste my time. Let's see, mask. Go. All right, we're getting near the end. We got a bunch of masks, a couple of samples, and that's it. The Toni & Guy Casual Sea Salt Texturizing Spray. I like my Verb sea salt texturizing spray more, so I would not repurchase this. I would repurchase that, but I do like sea salt sprays in general. Here are the Aveeno Ultra Calming Makeup Removing Wipes. I also really enjoy these, and For drugstore, they're a little bit expensive, so I wait until I can get a good deal on them. I mean, they're like $7.99. They're not that expensive, but I usually pick up the Almay before I pick up these if I'm just purchasing, but these are still really good. And I do appreciate that they have like the little plastic closure as well to help keep things nice and saturated. I actually did a hair mask last month. This is the Tony Moly Angel Glow Ring hair mask. So it came with like an essence saturated like shower cap, and then like a treatment. You spray the treatment all over your hair, you put the cap on, and then you waited for like 20 minutes. This was actually really nice. This used to be sold at Ulta, so if it was still sold at Ulta, I would consider purchasing another one, but it's not anymore, so I probably wouldn't because it's not as easy for me to get. But if this did like make my hair feel really soft. Let's see, are the rest of these masks? I think so. All right, so here we have the Selkin Purifying Sheet Mask. I actually really didn't like this. It smelled kind of funky, and the actual sheet of the sheet mask was really hard to maneuver around, like it was really stiff, so would not recommend. I got this in my Yes Oh Yas bag, and they had it listed at $12 like on their little information card, but these are only like $7, so I don't know what was up with that. These are the Masquerade Hydrating Facial Sheet Mask in Pre-Party Prep. This was nice, but it's not like $7 nice. Most of the ones you can get at like Walmart for $2.50, the Sue ones were just as good as this. So I've always wanted to try these because, you know, the packaging on them is actually really, really cute, but I'm sure that's where some of the money you're paying for it goes into. Here is my final Karuna Hydrating Plus face mask. These are $8 a mask, or you can buy a pack of 4 for I think $24 from Sephora. I got a bunch of these through the My Subscription Addiction swap site. I really miss these. These were great, but they're so expensive. So maybe for like a VIB sale, I would pick these up, but not at full price. I'm trying to swap for more, but these came out a really long time ago in some box, so they're getting harder to find. They're really good though. Here is the Garnier Skin Active Moisture Balm Sheet Mask for mattifying. This did actually mattify my face a little bit. That was kind of weird, but I liked it. It was fine. I would consider purchasing another one. And here is the Sue Collagen Essence Mask Vitamin. This was fine, but like I said, these are like $2.50, and they're good for $2.50. So yeah, a couple of samples, and then we are done. Here we have the Olay Whipped Light as Air Finish Moisturizer. I actually really like this. I actually have a full size that I couponed a while back, but I haven't broken into it yet because I have all these minis of moisturizer. Here we have the L'Occitane Milk Concentrate. This is a really powdery smell for like a body moisturizer, so I didn't really enjoy it. Here we have the Strivectin Intensive Eye Concentrate for wrinkles. This I really did like. Unfortunately, Strivectin is hella expensive, but for an eye cream, I might shell out. And finally, we have the Shiseido Ultimune Power Infusing Concentrate. If you guys have been with me for a while, this is also something you guys know I really, really like. I have a half size of it right now that I am using, and I would totally repurchase. I love this stuff. It makes my skin feel awesome. So that's it. Thank you guys for tuning in. As always, I do really appreciate it, and hopefully I will see you later. Bye!